Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele. Hili hoi akala o Mauka o Kona. Hili hoi o Makai, where have you come from? Oahu, mainland. Welcome, Unity Church of Kona, here at Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. As we start with the Aomai prayer chant, asking the Great Spirit about, beseeching the Great Spirit, Aomai, for the reason, the telling of the story. Why would it be telling the story to their children, a higher octave and the highest octave? Oh, Great Spirit, grant us the wisdom of the life experience that becomes our story. With the wisdom of this experience, we never have to repeat them over and over again. And so it is. And it's my truly an honor and a pleasure to pass over the podium now to Sasha Knowles, as she's our going to be our platform assistant today. So Sasha, thank you.
Well, good morning and welcome to Unity of Kona. Let's all rise and say our affirmation of the day. Vision statement first. It says affirmation. All right, we're going to say together, a world family of oneness, peace, and love. And our mission statement, to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. And this, our affirmation statement, we're going to say together, zeal. I sizzle with the zeal of God, accepting my good and going forward to achieve my purpose. And I have the great pleasure of calling up Faith now, Faith Rivera, and we'll talk a little bit more, but we're going to do our stand together. It's our old favorite, but we'll welcome up our musicians too so we can join in our opening song.
Aloha, everybody. Aloha, everybody. Aloha. And I want to honor our great, friend here who opened the service. He didn't say his name especially everyone out in, online. This is Jim Carey. So I just want to honor him and thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Yes. So we're here to stand together. Let's
All right.
sing this here. You should have the sheets. And you can just put it down and just follow Mary and dance. So this is your song. Stand and sing how you want. Here we go. Oh, he wants a rock concert here.
Something great is happening. Love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. If the dream of our eyes calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share gifts to the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Right now. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing. Feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
Come on, everybody.
Live a dream of our highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now.
One dream,
One dream,
one voice,
one voice,
one heart,
one heart,
one word,
one world,
one dream,
one dream,
one voice,
one voice,
one heart,
one heart,
one word, one dream,
one dream,
one voice,
one voice,
one heart,
one heart,
one world.
live the dream of our highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Oh, let's stand together now.
While we're standing, let's greet everyone with a handshake or a hug. And those of you joining us online, we'd love to hear from you. Say welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Welcome, aloha. Nothing to show but this screen here. Okay.
Okay, Vince, get over here.
Aloha.
Vince, get over here. Good morning, my love.
Oops.
I come on over here, so he has to be first.
I just knocking over the camera.
Get over here.
And Candy, congratulations on a great job here.
Oh, thank you, Vince. Good morning.
So good.
You feeling better? Whoa. That's quite a time.
Yes, for the whole week. I feel like that. I feel yeah, I gotta go back. She sent me to a nurse at the Caribbean, a nurse practitioner. And she didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
That's a good term.
What a great way to start our morning. Stand together. And now we have our time for our announcements. Unity of Kona, first and foremost, is a prayer ministry. So we always have that. Have you downloaded that You Pray app yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's something that I use a lot, even on the daily, when I'm like waiting in line somewhere and I'm feeling stressed. I can look and I start saying all the affirmations because they have little affirmations, or you can send off your prayer request and you will get a personalized email usually within 12 to 24 hours. They'll send it to you and show that they're praying for you for 30 days at Silent Unity. So anyway, it's a fabulous way, but you can also drop your prayer in the prayer box at the back of the room here, and we will pray on it, and it'll be forwarded on to Silent Unity as well. And we want to announce, so she's not here in person, but we got to do our team member of the month is Carla Sire.
Yay, Carla!
She's in Texas and still working hard to serve Unity here. We are blessed to have you at the Unity of Kona, and we so appreciate your labor of love, all your hard work in creating our new quilt banner with our new vision statement. So she's hard at work. I got to see a picture of it. It's so lovely and beautiful. And with that, we would like to invite everyone to a talk story with Claire high on the mountaintop. I don't see her here today. I was going to say you could talk to her. It's going to be Friday, October 28th from 5 to 9 with a potluck.
Oh,
She
she's in the
is
back.
there.
Ah.
She's high on the mountain top.
I didn't see
High
her
on the
before.
mountain,
So
yeah.
if you have any questions, you can also see her. So that's going to be Friday the 28th, and we'll have a potluck and music. And with the Interfaith concert scheduled for Monday, November 21st at 6 p.m. at the Lutheran Church, we'll be practicing our 2 songs. Sunday mornings at 9:15 and Wednesday evenings at 6:30. So if you'd like to sing, come and join our choir and sing along with us. It is a fantabulous time. We are currently brainstorming ideas on how to bring Reverend Sophia, who lives in Las Vegas. We're trying to get her here in person for the Christmas and New Year's service. So that way she could be here and be a part of all the festivities. But we would love your ideas in brainstorming, whether that be miles to donate or a place to stay. Those are the main 2 things. Getting her here and a place to stay for that time. So we can see anyone on the board or Diana. We'd love to hear any ideas you might have for that. And let's see, as you know, it takes a village to run our spiritual center, and we appreciate everyone. And if you'd like to join in any volunteering, there's a bunch of signups at the back of the room too, so that you can do. I think that concludes our announcements. Online services, if you can't make it in person, you can join us every Sunday. We're so glad you tuned in to us, all of you online. You can do Twitch, Facebook, so many fancy things now, YouTube.
Yeah.
We are hooked up here at Unity of Kona. And now I've asked Virginia to read the daily word today.
All right, Virginia.
Virginia is coming up to read that daily word. Here she comes. Ha.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see all the smiling faces from here. The lesson for today, Sunday, October 23rd, is prosperity. Don't we all want prosperity? Yes, and we are prosperous just being here today. With God as my source, I live abundantly. No matter how much I have in the bank, the kind of car I drive, or the house I live in, I know these things are mere manifestations of abundance. The source of all prosperity is God. I look beyond the appearances to find a deeper meaning of prosperity. Meaningful work that I enjoy doing is part of my prosperity, not only because of what I earn, but because of the satisfaction I feel. When I use my skills, my house becomes a home. When I'm filled with people I love and care, my financial resources don't diminish, but multiply when I share them generously. As I look beyond the good in my life to love, the creative insight, and the limitless flow of divine ideas that brought them into manifestation, I discover abundance. Read with me today's daily word. Prosperity with God is my source. I live abundantly. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Well, and now this is a time that we're going to visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful heart. We're going to feel the loving energy of those around you flowing in and out and through you. We're going to see this energy flowing around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. And if you know of anyone in this time that you'd like to put in the center of this heart, in your personal life, in the world, anyone in need of prayer, see them in the center of this most beautiful, loving heart. As together we say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. and all is well. Well, next up, I have the great honor. I'm just so excited to invite up Faith Rivera. But let me just tell you a little bit about her first. From the sunny shores of Hawaii, Emmy award-winning singer-songwriter Faith Rivera opens hearts and transforms lives around the globe through the power of music. You've heard her uplifting songs and voice on NCIS Hawaii to The Voice. She's been featured at Hollywood Bowl, to the House of Blues, to stages in Tokyo, in Rome, where audiences of all ages are engaged and energized by her upbeat messages, music, and dance. This first generation Filipina is a multiple Aussie award winner and a Grace Note Award recipient, and her contribution to New Thought music. She's in the empowering documentary film As a Man Thinketh, alongside Michael Beckwith, Joe Vitale, and more empowering teachers. You can watch Faith each week on Voices of Unity podcast. I just found that. I was so excited. it's so exciting. Every week I get to listen to Faith. And honest talk about walking the spiritual walk with teachers like spiritual theologian like Matthew Fox and Unity CEO Jim Blake. Just this year, she's honored to be a co-writer on Grammy-nominated album East-West Players Presents. Daniel and Friends live in concert, from music to mommyhood. Faith enjoys her island life with her high school sweetheart, who's here today, and their 11-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter, who I heard laughing just a little bit ago up there. And decades into her adventures as a positive musical artist, Faith continues to dream those bigger dreams and dares us all to be everyday superstars. And my soul sister, I'm just so happy you're here. Thank you for joining us today.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm here on the island because I went to the Hawaii Songwriting Festival, and all these beautiful music supervisors, and in fact, yes, Mary was there, and all these island creatives, and they were so beautiful and warm. And when I got here, I forgot what it was like to come into a space, to Unity of Kona, and to feel like up-leveled warmth and up-leveled love and joy. So it's always my honor to come here, and you really are my spiritual ohana. So for this opening song here, it's called I Will Surrender. So I want to invite you, you can use this as your meditation. You can keep your eyes open and sing the words in the chorus or not. But all I know is wherever you are in your life, whether it's you're in a place and you want to move away from that place and go somewhere else, or if your life is already full, this is what I know is that source, God, life, there's always something higher and greater that's waiting for you, and that's what's exciting. So everyone take a deep breath in. And just let it go.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest God. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery,
was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I'm so grateful every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day. Thank you. Who of you know Rev Deb? Many? Okay, yeah. Isn't seeing Sasha up here and feeling her energies like, it was like Rev Deb, but it's you, it's double power, what's your last name? Nobles, yeah, Knowles, okay.
Nobles. It's all good.
So anyway, it's just a joy to be here with you. And before I actually start the formal talk, I just want to say that over the years, you know, with Rev Deb passing, for those of you in online world, if you don't know, Rev Deb was, you know, the heart of this place, and she still is, and because her love is so great, we can still feel it here now, and she's loving on you, believe me, even if you did not know her. But I just want you, Unity of Kona, to know that, you know, I see you, and then I feel you over all these years, and I'm so inspired by the way your community has not only survived, but what was the word for today? Prosperity. Like, you have thrived in many ways, personally and collectively, and you've lived that purpose, I feel, with zeal, as much as you can, and I know you're looking for a new place, so I just want to honor that. And sometimes I think you don't stop, especially like the board and the leaders, you don't stop to do that. So for 1 second or more, can you just be like, yeah, like, you know, you're here through COVID, through all of that, you're here. So I mean, come on, give yourselves like a cheer, like for all the work you've done. Unity of Kona is here. And for all your you know, our volunteers here who are like, we're not techie, look, you're up on Twitch and all these things that I don't even do. I don't even know Twitch, so you got it going on. That's what I'm trying to say. So before 2020, you know, I don't know that I heard the word pandemic or even used it very much. And now we all really know what that means. And in many ways, I feel like the pandemic is still here, and this is a whole other talk, but we see other pandemics, right? The violence that's going on and the patriarchy, that's a whole other talk. But why I'm here today is to really talk about this idea of seeding a different kind of pandemic, you know. One of my co-hosts on our podcast, Voices of Unity, Rev Skip Jennings, said, is it a pandemic or is this the Great Reset, is what he called it. Oh no, Sacred Reset, let me take that back. Do you remember when those days first hit us, the pandemic, where it felt, well, for me, this is a romanticizing way, but it cleared the canvas of everything we knew. And it, for me at least, I'll speak for me, it gave me clarity on what is really meaningful in my life. So in this talk, I just want to share some of the ahas that I've gotten during this time. And in the process, I hope that not only maybe you might find inspiration, but realize that, especially as Unity of Kona, that maybe this is what you've been up to all along, is seeding this pandemic of love. So I want to start first with intention. When COVID was, you know, it was March here, right, when things shut down. Yeah, that's right, my kids my son was on spring break, but then he never went back. And But this is the quote I found that was so meaningful for me at the start of this pandemic. It's by Jamila White, and you can read it here with me. We are billions of caterpillars forced into our cocoons, being called on to change from the inside out, to metamorphosize, to rest and reflect and sprout wings. So intention, especially one like this, and all around you is your intention, which is amazing here. It has the power to inform, to shape, to mold your very experience, and I realized that's what it did for me. The other thing that shaped my experience was, you'll see up there, my new album, Rise, that came out during the pandemic.
That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You might not know it yet, so you don't have to clap too.
I did.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. But it came from, and this is the truth, when I moved back home 5 years ago, I left Los Angeles, I left touring. I mean, my husband and I left our home, and so when I came home and, Nolan goes to work, the kids go to school, I'm with my mother-in-law, and she's wonderful, but I'm not in my own home. I'm washing dishes. Ooh, I had some mean, angry thoughts. It just felt like I lost some of myself. I wasn't doing all the things I did. So Rise and those songs on that album, I found my voice. But it came from sadness, came from anger, it came from blaming, but I ultimately landed with this butterfly of, I'm here to rise, not to complain, in Hawaii, come on. So those two intentions, I believe, shaped my experience of the pandemic. And I would like to think that you being in this community, surrounded by these intentions, hopefully helped to shape your experience too. Not that it was all rainbows and, glitter, but I have to tell you, for me, the pandemic for me there were many gifts and blessings. Are any of you felt the same way about that, the gifts?
Yeah.
One of the gifts is that I gave up touring, right, flying away because I want to be with my kids. Well, when the pandemic hit, all the churches started calling me, and I got to be in my little room in Kaimuki, right in Honolulu, zooming to the East Coast, doing conferences, and so all those jobs and the way I served came back to me. So that was so meaningful. Also, my daughter couldn't start kindergarten, formally at school, so she entered Mommy's Cookie Kindergarten. That's what I called it. And one of the days, she is so cute. I guess she's not going to hear the story. She walked me up Grandma's rocky hillside. She goes, "Come, Mommy," and she was pulling me, and she sat me down on a rock. She goes, "This is my favorite spot." And mind you, we are overlooking Coco Head, if you know that, the bay in Hawaii Kai, and the ocean peeking by, and the sky. All we've seen here is sky and Longfield. So, and she said, "Mommy, this is my favorite spot. I love cookies and I love pizza. What do you like, Mommy?" And her arm is in my arm. I mean, it's just, I don't know that I would have had that moment without this seeming pandemic, And aside from that, I got to be on the podcast, Voices of Unity. I made my best friends. Every week, I get to go on there and just talk all the spirituality that I want to, So there are definitely so many gifts for me. Oh, including, did anyone attend my online Aloha Fest, Luau of Love? Yeah, okay, I got to do it again so you come.
Yeah,
but I had like a fire dancer from Kauai. I had a sacred dancer from Maui. So it's funny when you're in those situations where you just get creative. And I know you've been there. You said you guys are going to get creative with getting Rev Sophia here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's something amazing that wants to happen sometimes not sometimes, all the time in these challenges. So, and I want to share with you this power of intention. Man, I really had to use it when I was on my radio on the podcast, and Nolan texted that he had COVID. And this was it the second year of I think it was just last year, right? It was just last year. But still, you're all scared, and I was on air saying, I have two roads to choose. I'm going to choose the road of the statistics and the fear, or what we teach here, this higher road of possibility, our innate wholeness and all that. So you know which road I chose, because I'm about feeling good.
Yeah.
But I have to say, it got realer and realer when my son Kai actually has asthma. So when we tested negative, okay, but then he started getting a fever, and he started getting very scared about it, and we had to retest again. So I want to read to you kind of in real time. It was a Facebook post of how this intention what I learned, in places like this, how it kept me unfocused. So I said, okay, so we tested negative on Wednesday, but on Thursday, Kai started feeling warm. I took his temperature and he started to cry. He was scared seeing everyone get sick, plus all the news we keep hearing, right? And I told him a part of me was scared too, but there's another part of me that knows we are connected to something way bigger, more powerful. And in that moment, I decided in my head and heart to only talk about what we wanted to put our focus on, not the fear, not safety against something, instead leaning into our innate wellness and trusting and supporting our intelligent bodies, the angel, the cosmos, to do their job. So, and yes, I was laid out on the porch, like with a head cold, and the kids are running around me. It takes all your focus, right, for me to do what I'm saying here. And what I say, I had to actively chase out those fearful thoughts, as my son, Kai started getting more fevers and he'd wake up every 30 minutes. So as I drove to the doctors to get tested again, I played Abraham Hicks. I love it. It's spiritual teachings that I love for the kids. And I said, no matter what the test says today, at the center of every cell is God, the power that creates universes. No matter what the tests say, I already said it. No matter what, there is wholeness and health available to us. No matter what, we always get to choose what this experience will be like. We just need to know the results so we can help protect others and support our bodies. Above all, we are okay. And if that was the greatest gift you got just from being in this community, just in the hardest times, to be like one little part of you to know, like, it's going to be okay, and I'm going to be okay. So that's me in real time shaping it. Well, as the pandemic unfolded, you all know, then we lived through the whole George Floyd thing, the racism, and I really looked to new thought. I looked to unity. I looked to the leaders. I wanted to find this message of hope. And in my Pollyanna unicorn mind, I thought, this is our moment. We're gonna live what we talk about. And I looked and I didn't find it. I found judgment, I found blame, I found fear. But you know what? I don't blame them because there is no them. They're you and I just working it out. And this is the biggest takeaway I got was, wait a second, I'm still waiting for somebody outside to tell me it's okay. And maybe that's why it has to be me. Maybe it has to be you. That's why I'm here today to say that this pandemic of love has to be planted by each of you, by me, in our own way, with our own unique gifts. So we have intention, we have to show up and suit up. So with that, I want to share this next slide. During the pandemic, I did the Unity Northeast Regional Conference, and I got to meet Valerie Carr, and she talked about Uncle Balbir Singh Sodhi, that man there. And he moved with his brothers in the 80s from Punjab, India, to escape the violence there. They landed in Mesa, Arizona, and together they did they had a gas station, a family gas station. Everyone loved Uncle Balbir. He'd be the one to make friends with all the kids and sneak candy to them and all this. Well, they were here when 9/11 happened, and just like us, this man, Uncle Balbir, was brought to his knees in grief, and he told his brothers, he goes, I have to do something. I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to go help. I'm going to go pass out money. And they're like, slow down, Uncle. There's something else you can do here. There's something else we can do here. So he said, we're going to hold a press conference. We're going to hold this press conference to tell America that we are with them in the grief, in the anger, that we are for America and for love and peace. And that may not sound like something amazing, but look at him. They look like the terrorists. So these men wanted to take a stand and say, we are here for love. Well, the press conference was planned for September 15th, that in the afternoon. In the morning, Uncle Balbir went outside. He was starting a community garden to beautify the area, He was literally planting seeds, right, for flowers, when he was shot 5 times and killed on the spot. Yes, and this murder awakened something in Valerie Carr, our speaker. And she not only became an activist, she became a lawyer. And his brother Rana, he started going around speaking on peace and reconciliation. So Uncle Balbir would become just the first of many American victims of hate crime in the aftermath of 9/11. Well, Valerie shared really openly that there came a time during her activist work when she was like, wait, I've been fighting against something this whole time. And she said, I want to be for something like Uncle Balbir. Because you see, every year on the day of his murder, the community would gather in the spot where he was killed to stand, for peace, to stand, for Uncle Balbir. And leaders would come over the years, like, Barack Obama has been there, and other senators have come to stand with them. And Valerie just knew she wanted to be for something. So that's why she wrote her book, if you're interested in finding out more, See No Stranger, where she asked, can we match the level of anger, disregard, and hatred? Can we equal it with our love, is her question. And she also has a revolutionary love project that you can find out about online. So, past intention, there's this showing up, and then there's this other level of weeding your own garden. Because I want to tell you that only in recent years, she and the family have done their own work so they can come to a place of forgiveness. So they called Frank Rogue, who was the shooter who murdered the uncle. He's in jail. And they spoke to him and gave him their complete, forgiveness. And Frank, he of course received it. He said, thank you. And he said, I'm so touched by your kindness, of how you've invited my family, my daughter, to come stand with you at those gatherings every year, and to bring her to dinner. And it was just so moving when I heard her share about this. And she said what Frank said, the murderer, the shooter said. He said, when I get to meet my maker, when I go to heaven, I'm going to ask God to see Uncle Balbir. I'm going to look him in the eye and just tell him how sorry I am and how much I love you. So this is the work. Not only to show up, but to weed our own garden, right? To smooth and heal those edges, those gaps of love, in our own field. And as this family has shown, that no matter how horrific or bad, or you think you can't get over it, that you really are the potential for that love to come through. And maybe that is the gift of this sacred reset, this thing we call pandemic, this strange world that we're living in. Don't you guys feel like this is really the time to, no more excuses, let go of the old stuff and let what's new want to happen to transcend that pain and fear? Lori Deshny, if we can go to the next slide. Thank you, Diana. Has this amazing quote that I think says it all. Be the person who breaks the cycle. If you were judged, choose to understand. If you were rejected, choose acceptance. If you were shamed, choose compassion. Be the person you needed when you were hurt, not the person who hurt you. Vow to be better than what broke you, to heal instead of becoming bitter, so you can act from your love and not your pain. So we have this intention of love. We've suited up. We're saying yes to doing the work. And I feel as you do your work and you let love kind of be the roots, of who you are and how you show up in the world. That's when you can listen in for inspired action, right? So you don't take action until you're really rooted in that. And I want to share this quote by Mother Teresa that says, love cannot, do you see the picture? Okay. Love cannot remain by itself. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. And it's your service to others, whether it's out in the community or here at Unity of Kona. I heard there's sheets back there that could use your love and your signature. Because you are the buds. We are each those buds of love that happens. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, Faith, I don't know. I don't have any skills. I don't really know how I can serve. Well, I'm going to tell you about Guy, and I think I shared about Guy last time. He was in a retreat. This is right when I found my calling at this retreat humanities team. We were in an activity and we were supposed to share, how can we serve? And I had just found my calling, so I was going on and on. Oh, music, I can dance with people, inspire them to sing, on and on. I said, what about you, Guy? And Guy was like, no, I can't sing. I don't dance. I'm not creative. I'm not a good cook. I'm not a carpenter. And he just kept going down a whole list of all the things he couldn't do, and his head's going down, It's like, come back to me, Guy. And he, at one point, he just lifted his eyes, and like bright blue eyes. He had nice lashes, too. Anyway, and he just said, Faith, with all the sincerity in his heart, I can love. And if we can go to the next slide. In that moment, I knew that everyone could serve. Martin Luther King says everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. So isn't that you and me? You know, we don't have to be smart. We don't have to be a saint. I mean, look at Valerie Carr and her family. You can even serve in your unforgiveness and your unbrokenness. You can serve just as you are. And when I first wrote this talk, I wrote that, we are healed and made whole through the process. But I don't even think that's true. I think through the process of service, we get to reveal really the love that's already there. It's not that it's not there. It's just kind of buried deep. So during this sacred reset, I know you got the message. I'm kind of banging you over the head. You know, everyone's called. Everyone's called to plant those seeds of love, you know, through you and how you show up in the world, what'd you say, Sasha, show up in the grocery line, or, you know, Mary Manon Morrissey, who I love, that was there when I found my calling. She said, you are once in a universe superstar. However you came in, your story, your talents, your skills, your weird tendencies, you know, whatever, those are all your gifts. That's what makes you unique and makes your impact unique. So I just want to end before I go into this final song here, is that, you know, the world is not only waiting for you, it's calling you by your name. And your name is love. Yeah, your name is love. So I'm going to end this time with you with a song entitled Rise. I just want you to take this message in deeper. And this is the most wonderful thing is I think when you can listen in for what is yours to do, it'll bring you joy. And from that joy and love, it's just a natural thing that it'll lift up everyone else around you. And I really believe Unity of Kona has been an anchor for that here in your community. So, but take this song and its Rise, and as you feel led, you can sing along in the choruses. But let's listen to that song.
I close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands and my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling, calling us to rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind, I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns, light up the dark. Oh, we rise as one, oh, rise, Spirit, rise in me. Rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me, rise in me. I sing to you, I sing to you, you sing to me, you sing to me. Change up this noise, make sweet harmony. Rise in me, oh, rise, rise, Spirit, rise, rise in me, rise in me, heart to heart, hand in hand, hand in hand.
No turning back.
No turning
Onward to promised land. Do you feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark? Oh, he rises one. Love's calling, calling out your name. Love's calling. It's why we came. Love's calling, calling out your name. Love's calling. It's why we came. Come on and rise. Oh, rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Oh, rise. Oh, yes. Rise. Oh, Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Rise up. Rise up. Yeah, that's your part. Sing rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Yes. Okay, you keep that rise up part. Come on and rise up. Come on, lift your hands up, jump. Reach the sky, going up high, higher, yeah.
Rise up.
Come on, raise your voices, shout. Love is alive, bringing the light brighter, brighter. Come on, lift your hands up, jump. Reach for the sky, going up higher, yeah, yeah. Come on, raise your voices, shout. Love is alive, bringing the light brighter, brighter. Ooh, come on and rise up. Ooh, rise and speak. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Faith. Oh, we are all ready to rise up. I got a little emotional during that talk myself. It just was, thank you so much for sharing your love. And I am speechless here.
All about the energy.
I know, I feel it. My heart's beating. And now is the time in our service. We're going to just take all that love. We are going to just take it all. I mean, I'm feeling it right now. When we give our tithes and offerings in support of this ministry, the ways in which you can make your donation, for which we are abundantly grateful. It'll appear on the screen. For those of us here today, we're going to have we're coming up. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you. They're going to be here today, passing it out, and we are going to sing together.
Can we call them?
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Izzy.
Izzy and Kai. Okay. We got to do our offertory blessing.
Okay, here comes Kai and Izzy. You get a special calling here.
And everybody, we're gonna sing together while we share our tithes and. Yay! Say hi to everybody.
Hello, world.
Aloha.
You have to earn your keep now. No kidding. Do you guys want a mic? We can start. Yeah. Do you guys want a microphone? Together. Together we take a stand for love. Together we make a change for good. Together we break the chains of sorrow. Together we live the truth. Alright, come on. Take a picture. Together we raise our voice for peace. Together we sing and jump for joy. Together we move, we groove, we dance. Together, we live the truth. Okay, if you understand, you can. You don't have to. Every part of me is a part of you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, alright. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. Today we live the truth and the future's bright. Together, we walk our talk with spirit. Together, we boldly share our dream. Together, we share a life of freedom. Together, we live the truth. So what's the truth? Ready? In every part of me, there's a part of you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. Today we live the truth and the future's bright. Oh you, the future's bright. We live and breathe as one. With kindness and compassion, we free our love. We free our lights. We free the truth. And the future's bright. Together, we take a stand for love. Together, we make a change for good. Together, we break the chains of sorrow. Together, we live the truth. Okay, let's go forward. Go crazy. In every part of me, there's a part of you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. Today we live the truth and the future's bright. The future's bright. The future's bright. Thank you guys.
That was amazing. That was. Thank you for our guest stars, Kai and Izzy. That was amazing. Woo! And now it's time to bless our offering here. Through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in this ministry, in our lives, and in our community. Amen. And today we are going to do a little bit different closing song, which Faith is going to join us with this. I mean, she's up here all day today. But we are going to do a beautiful, so we have our singers are going to come up and help us. We're going to do you'll tell us a little bit about I Choose Love, and that a lot of Unity churches are now using this instead of the peace song. So we're going to close with this song. Thank you. Thank you. Singers. Then I think. Sorry, here we go. Hello. Oh. Hi.
Okay.
It is on.
Oh, sorry. My fault.
It is on.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're live.
Aloha. Okay. So I just thought this was a fitting closing song for our topic of just love. So if you are willing to recommit yourself again to purposely being this presence of love, you already are. But this song can be just our affirmation together of what we are about, which is love.
was present. It's what I'm made of.
We sing.
I choose love. We are a part of each other.
We are one.
We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone.
We sing.
I choose love.
Now in our family.
Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love.
Our planet.
Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let's be the one.
Sing.
I choose love. I choose love.
We sing. We choose love.
We choose
Dondi.
Oh, we get everybody to stand for this. If we could make a big circle in the front row, right behind the front row there as we gather up for our closing song. No, you can stay right so the camera sees you. Yeah. Okay, sorry. It's the camera stuff.
Eke ora ora no ikalimo. One fond embrace. Ahoy, until we meet again.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, please join us upstairs. I think there's some snacks as we get ready to close out here today.
And I wanted to share that I have many CDs we're trying to get out of my mama-in-law's house. So, not aside from that, I want you to have my music. So it's a love offering, and if you can't even afford anything, I just want you to have my music. Okay, so come see me. Thank you. Aloha.
Next week, our guest musician is Ke Aloha, and the topic is Kahuna, the hidden secret, how the ancient Hawaiians use the power of zeal. And please join us at the virtual social hour immediately after the service. All are invited. No. And have a fabulous week, everyone. Many blessings.
God bless you all. Have a wonderful week. Catch you next time. Same station.